Is there a difference in how sports historians approach men's and women's basketball? In recent discussions about sports history, a question has emerged. Is there a difference in how sports historians approach men's and women's basketball? This topic is especially relevant as the Women's National Basketball Association continues to gain attention and recognition. Fans and scholars alike are curious about how the history of women's basketball is documented compared to men's basketball. Yes, there is a difference in how sports historians often approach men's and women's basketball, particularly when focusing on the Women's National Basketball Association and women's basketball history. This difference largely stems from historical biases and the relative newness of professional women's basketball leagues like the Women's National Basketball Association. Sports historians tend to have more extensive archives and statistical data available for men's basketball, given its longer professional history and greater mainstream exposure. In contrast, women's basketball, including the Women's National Basketball Association, has been studied with attention to its development as a professional league only since the late 1990s. This means historians often emphasize themes such as gender equity and the challenges female athletes face in gaining recognition and resources. Additionally, historians studying women's basketball frequently highlight the role of Title IX legislation and the growth of collegiate women's basketball. The impact of the Women's National Basketball Association on women's sports culture is also a significant focus. This contrasts with men's basketball histories, which often prioritize athletic achievement and commercial growth without the same emphasis on social barriers. The approach to women's basketball history also tends to include broader cultural analysis, considering how women's sports intersect with issues of gender, race, and media representation. This reflects the Women's National Basketball Association's position not only as a sports league but also as a platform for social advocacy. Sports historians approach men's and women's basketball differently by focusing on distinct historical contexts. Women's basketball histories are often framed through the lens of social change and gender dynamics. Meanwhile, men's basketball histories emphasize long-established professional and competitive narratives. This difference is evident in academic research and media portrayals within the sports history community. As conversations around gender equity in sports continue to grow, understanding these historical approaches is essential for fans and scholars alike.